This is the download from Sounds Profitable, the most important news from this week and why it matters to people in the business of podcasting. I'm Manuela Bedoya.
And I'm Shreya Sharma.
The download is brought to you by Magellan AI. Track the trends in spend, ad load, podcasts on YouTube, and more with Magellan AI's advertising benchmark report for Q4. Available now. You can find a link in the description or visit magellan.ai.
This week, why news outlets are podcasting on YouTube, how advertisers could target co-listeners, and S&P revises ad spend prediction for 2023. Let's get started.
Last Friday, Marketing Brew's Jasmine Sheena published a brief recap of new predictions from S&P Global Ratings. Good news, ad spend is expected to grow 2.8% this year, a 0.2% increase from a previous version of the same prediction. Things are looking up. On top of the overall ad spend growth, S&P predicts digital should grow 9% and outdoor advertising would grow by 5%. TV is forecast to drop 8.1% and radio is expected to be down 10%. What happened to all the doom and gloom advertising was anticipating? S&P Senior Director of U.S. Media and Telecommunications Naveen Sarma told Marketing Brew, quote, "Our economists forecast that a recession, while it could happen later in the year than we had originally anticipated, will also likely be milder than what we anticipated at the beginning of the year." End quote. The current prediction is a quote-unquote very shallow recession during the second and third quarters of the year. This prediction is fueled by a relatively recent development in how advertising and the economy interact. Another quote from Sarma, "Historically, advertising was always a lagging indicator of economic activity. Economies went into the recession or started to slow down, and then you started to see advertising start to slow a quarter or two later than the GDP numbers that we are looking at." End quote. Now, thanks to how fast digital ads can be sold, advertising can be a leading indicator instead of lagging one. Where in previous recessions like 2008 and 2001, Sarma says last year saw a slowdown precede the beginning of economic concerns. So while we're not out of the woods with recession predictions, advertising as an industry is up and will continue to increase. The same S&P report predicts an 8% increase in ad spend in 2024. Until then, we can look to the just-released IAB Internet Advertising Revenue Report for 2022. The audio section carved out for music, radio, and podcasts shows a revenue increase of 11% over 2021. Good job, podcasting. Let's keep it up.
Why settle for one impression per ad when you could get multiple? Last Thursday, Marketing Brew's Alyssa Myers published coverage of a new study on co-listening from Spotify and Magna Media Trials titled The Togetherness Effect, Why Brands Should Be Paying Attention to Co-Listening. From the article, quote, "About 3/4, 74% of respondents said they co-listen to digital audio at least once a week. A majority of adult Gen Zers, 86%, said the same. The study also found that co-listeners generally tend to be in a positive mood, and that those good vibes can carry over into their perceptions of certain ads if they're well targeted." End quote. The study surveyed 1,357 digital audio listeners from a representative online panel, evenly divided between self-identified co-listeners and those who listen to audio alone.